afternoon, everyone, and welcome to our presentation, Spreading the Seed of Biodiversity in the City of Melbourne. Biodiversity is the variety of all living things, different plants, animals, microorganisms, the genetic information they contain, and the ecosystems they form. Cities are typically biodiversity poor. The construction of 20th century cities, such as Melbourne, did not allow for the integration of nature. So, as our cities continue to grow, we need to rethink the role that nature will play in how our cities function.
Incorporating biodiversity in cities improves their resilience through supporting healthy ecosystems and ecosystem services. The diagram above shows the interconnection between human wellbeing, ecosystem services, and biodiversity. Whilst the City of Melbourne is working to become one of the world's most sustainable cities and has recently launched its urban forest strategy, it is yet to develop a biodiversity strategy, and their work is largely constrained to the public realm. Our project intends to demonstrate how biodiversity can be incorporated into both the public and private realm in an innovative way. Biodiversity can be incorporated into a range of urban settings, such as buildings, laneways, streetscapes, and parkland. We have focused on doing this in an innovative way by maximising community engagement and education in the hope that our ideas will spread through people learning and sharing. Whilst in recent years there has been significant innovation when it comes to technical design solutions for enhancing urban biodiversity, we feel that there is huge potential for innovation in the way that urban communities are reconnected with nature.
In order to demonstrate how we can implement our principles and strategies, we picked an example precinct centred around Lend-Lease's Batmans Hill development. It's a large mixed-use development with significant areas of new public space. Crucially, it's currently in late design phase, which gives us the potential to influence its design. We've been in discussions with Lend-Lease and will present our ideas to them in the coming weeks. After numerous site visits, we decided that splitting the precinct up into 4 key areas would best demonstrate its potential. Starting with a central community space, a green laneway down a major new pedestrian corridor, a green corridor linking Batmans Hill with Docklands Park, and finally, Docklands Park itself. We now begin with the central community space, which will incorporate a green community centre with various environmentally focused educational initiatives, such as a communal rooftop vegetable garden to reconnect people with their food, a seed library and mini nursery specialising in heirloom varieties in order to enable residents to spread biodiversity onto their balconies, an educational space with biodiversity and sustainability focused classes, educational displays and useful resources, an outdoor market stall space, and active water displays. So these initiatives are designed to not only educate citizens so that they can make more environmentally aware decisions, but also to empower and motivate them to pick up a shovel and help create a more biodiverse precinct.
A new laneway connecting Collins Street and Flinders Street is being developed and will become a major pedestrian thoroughfare for the precinct. This sketch shows our vision to add to Melbourne's already thriving laneway culture by creating the city's greenest laneway. Green infrastructure has been incorporated in both an aesthetic and functional way to enhance biodiversity, contribute to the surrounding ecosystems, and provide a strong sense of place for the community. The laneway will provide food for both people and wildlife. It includes rooftop and veranda gardens for the cafes and restaurants to grow and maintain fresh produce, and the wildlife gardens will be planted with native species to attract and provide food for butterflies and birds with native flowers such as painted ladies or paper daisies. Rooftop rainwater collection tanks will be used to irrigate the vertical and veranda gardens through visible piping, and trees, planter boxes, green graffiti and indoor greenery have all been used to further instill a sense of nature throughout the entire laneway. All aspects of the laneway will be communicated through signage, tours and workshops to engage and educate the community on the benefits of implementing green initiatives.
The Green Corridor links the community centre and the Green Laneway to the Docklands Park, creating a continual line of unbroken stretch of greenery along Collins Street. The corridor encourages pedestrians and nature to travel along the corridor and between spaces, increasing human exposure to nature as well as enhancing genetic diversity within plant and animal populations. The corridor itself provides food, water and shelter for nature, and the vegetation cover reduces the urban heat island effect. Central to the Green Corridor would be a small sculptural stream along the street, providing water for birds and adding human interest to the area. Educational signage would be placed along the corridor to explain that the water had been captured from the development and is on its way to Docklands Park and then into the Yarra, helping to reconnect people with the urban water cycle.
The Green Corridor leads into Docklands Park, a park like many of Melbourne's green spaces, containing grass, trees and walking tracks. Our vision is to build on the already positive components of this space by bringing biodiversity to the fore, creating an area that is rich in both flora and fauna. Increasing the density and diversity of trees and shrubs in the park will create a unique and beautiful oasis, allowing people to slow down and enjoy being surrounded by nature. The modified park will be an attraction in itself, bringing nature and the community closer than ever before through the addition of forest cafes, hedge mazes, plant-rich playgrounds and tunnels made from trees. We believe that green spaces should be unique and diverse spaces, and more importantly, they should create a greater community cohesion and interest in biodiversity within the City of Melbourne.
Your journey today began at the Batman's Hill development, where you saw Melburnians tending to their vegetables in communal gardens. You then wandered through the cool shelter of a bustling green alleyway, then onto a transformed Collins Street with the sound of trickling water in your ears, until you found yourself sitting in an open-air cafe in a nature-filled park, contemplating which seeds to pick up from the seed library and plant in your own garden. This journey details a landmark city precinct that spans both the public and private realms. Its purpose is to spread biodiversity and enhance ecosystem services through innovation in the way that urban communities are reconnected with nature. Engaging Melburnians with this precinct will create demand for development that places biodiversity at the fore, setting a new benchmark for green urban development and demonstrate that building in biodiversity is simply good business. If this is achieved, then the seed of biodiversity will be given a better chance to grow and one day flourish in both the public and private realms.